So why would he do such a thing? He would say, Natrinan, let them protect me while I'm inside. Because we know in the ancient times, the demons used to make their houses inside of the bathrooms that were in the middle of nowhere. So Rav Nachman was worried that the demons would attack him. So he says, since the rabbis let you take your tefillin so they shouldn't get stolen, I'll take them inside so they watch over me, they protect me while I'm inside. Rashi says, Yishmereni achnasani mi v'shmeni min hamazikim. It should save me from the demons. Amar Rava, ki avi azina bater de Rav Nachman. When we would follow our teacher Rav Nachman, ki avi naket sifra d'Agarata, when he would have a book of stories of Gemara, like the Ein Yaakov, Havlalan, he would give it to us and say, watch this book for me, and I'll go in the bathroom and I'll come out. But he would take his tefillin into him with the bathroom. He wouldn't give it to us. Amar, he would say, the same thing as his colleague. He says, since the rabbis let you take it in, I'll take it in, and it will be like a shield to save me from the demons. Okay, the Gemara goes ahead and says like this. This is a halacha that it's unfortunate a lot of people daven from their cell phones. If you look at the Taz, he says a person shouldn't be holding anything in his hand while he prays. So if I always point out to my friends and people that are willing to listen that if there's a siddur available, you should never pray from the siddur that's located in your cell phone, because we're going to read like this. Tanu Rabbanan, lo yachaz adam tefillin biyado v'sefer Torah b'zo v'yitpalel. Don't hold a sefer Torah or tefillin in your hand and pray. So Rashi explains why. She'en da'ato miyushevet alav b'tfilah, asher libo tamid alehem shema yiflu miyado. He says because it's a lack of concentration. You're always worried that the tefillin, if you go back and forth too strongly, or you become emotional in your prayer, you can't concentrate enough because these are in your hand. And so much so more a cell phone that could ring and a notification can come up and a text is just not appropriate. Velo yishton b'hem mayim, obviously you're not allowed to urinate while your tefillin is in your hand, or they're on you. Velo yishan b'hem lo shinat keva velo shinat arai. And by the same token, you are not allowed to sleep with your tefillin, whether a full night's sleep or even a nap. Tanu Rabbanan, lo yachaz adam tefillin beyado v'sefer da'azol v'yishton b'hem mayim velo yishan b'hem lo shinat keva velo shinat arai. So we said that Gemara already. Amar Shmuel. Sakin u'ma'ot v'kara kikar harei kiyotze b'hem. So other things, and this is actually the halach and Shulchan Aruch, you shouldn't hold a knife and pray, money and pray, a plate and pray, a loaf of bread and pray. Those are the same as holding a tefillin or a sefer Torah while you pray. So basically, to make you put your conscience to rest, the post can bring down, that especially the Taz says you shouldn't hold anything in your hand and pray. Amar Rav, Rava Amar Rav Sheshet let hilchekayit matid bet Shammai. The halacha does not follow Bet Shammai. Dei bet hillel ashta bet kise kavua ashari bet kise arai mibai. So the halacha doesn't follow Bet Shammai, because if you will say that it reflects the opinion of Bet Hillel, hashta bet hakise kavu ashari. Now, even in respect with a established bathroom, Bet Hillel allows you to take your tefillin inside. Bet hakise arai mibai, for sure, a temporary bathroom like in the middle of a jungle that you just went to the bathroom once, or a forest. So can there be any question they permit this? So since the Brisa forbids urinating while holding tefillin, even in a temporary bathroom, this must reflect the opinion of Bet Shammai. And therefore, the halacha does not follow Bet Shammai, because always the halacha is like who? Bet Hillel. Meitvei, I'll ask you a contradiction to this. Devarim sheitarti lach kan, asarti lach kan. Things that I prohibited to you here, I forbade to you over there. My love tefillin, isn't it talking about tefillin in the bathroom? So Yamrad Bishlema Bet Hillel, hitarti lach kan. We could say that Bet Hillel holds you are permitted in a case of an established bathroom that you may go and take your tefillin in there, but asarti lakan in a temporary bet kisei arai, in a temporary bathroom, I say it's forbidden where you commonly go to the bathroom. Ela iyamat bet Shammai halo shari v'lo midi. Bet Shammai never allows you to take your tefillin in any bathroom, because we said you have to put it on the outside window. So Gemara says, Ki Tanya Hahi Le'inyan Tefach Utefachayim. No. That braita that says some things are permitted here and forbidden there, and something forbidden here or forbidden there or permitted here, is talking about what? It's regarding to the tefach and the two tefach of one's body that one is permitted to expose in the bathroom. The Tanya Chada. Kesheunifte, we know. Judaism is about being holy, and that's the first halacha in Shulchan Aruch, that Shiviti Hashem L'Nedidi Tamid. The Rambam, the ending of the book of the Rambam, Moreh Nevuchim, says God is watching us 24/7, and we have to act honorable and noble and dignified. So even when you go to the bathroom, you have to be modest. So it says, Keshehu Nifne, when one relieves himself, Megaleh La'acharab Tefach, he may only expose his body one handbreadth behind himself. Ulefanav tefachim, and in front of him two tefachim. V'tanya idach, and somewhere else we learn la'acharav tefach, behind you're allowed to expose yourself a tefach. V'lefanav lo klum, and in front of yourself you're not allowed to expose yourself at all when you go to the bathroom, because you need to be modest. My love, idi v'idi be'ish, isn't it both talking about a man? V'lo kashya kan begedolim, and it's no contradiction. When you do number 2 and defecate, that's only a tefach in the back, and nothing in the front needs to be exposed. Kan lektanim, but if you urinate, that's where we say you're allowed to expose yourself 2 in the front. And isn't that the interpretation of what I forbade you here, I allowed you somewhere else? Gemara says, no, that's not the proper understanding of the Braita. The Tizbara ibiktanim la'afarav techalamali. If you're dealing with urination, why do you need to even open up your behind for one handbreadth? Ela idi vidi b'gdolim. Both are talking about defecation, going number 2. Velo kashya, habaish habaisha. The Braita that says you're allowed to expose yourself a tefach in the back and 2 tefachim in the front is talking about a man. The Braita that says that you're only allowed nothing in the front and 1 tefach in the back, you should go to the bathroom modestly, is talking about a woman. Accordingly, the meaning of the Braita is as follows. That which I permitted for you here in the case of a man, I forbid you there in the case of a woman. It's talking about 2 different types of people, a man and a woman. Gemara says, so it has nothing to do with Bet Shammai or Bet Hillel, it's a totally different halacha. Gemara says, Allah. That we say about this is a kal v'chomer, that there's no refutation against it. My en aleh teshuva. Why is there no refutation against it? Darka demili hachi. If it's talking about going to the bathroom modestly, this is just the natural way of going. Why is there any questions or refutations? Ela lava tefillin. Rather, this is going back to the whether you're allowed to take tefillin into the bathroom. And it must mean that which I permitted you here in the case of an established bathroom where you defecate, namely to taking your tefillin, I forbade you there in the case of a temporary bathroom where you urinate. Thus we learn from this braita that even Bet Hillel, who permits holding tefillin while defecating, forbids holding them while urinating. Utuyufta, the Rava Amar Rav Sheshet, and this is a refutation of Rava in the name of Rav Sheshet that says only Bet Shammai forbids it. Tuyufta, it's in truth a refutation. So Rashi says, since there's no other way of explaining the braita, we have to come to the conclusion that even Bet Hillel holds you're not allowed to hold your tefillin while you urinate. So now the Gemara goes, Mikol Makom Kashya. This whole thing is odd. Hashta Bet Kise Kavua Shari. Beit Hillel allows you to bring into tefillin in an established bathroom while defecating. So for sure, Bet Hakise Arai Lakol Sheken. So for sure, in a temporary bathroom while you're urinating, it should be allowed. Why would they forbid such a thing? It's anti-logic. Gemara says no. This is what it's saying. Haki Kamar Bet Hakise Kavua Delekanitzotzot Shari. In an established bathroom where the ground there is soft, because this is ancient times, people are going to the bathroom there so many times urinating that it's not hard ground. People are coming and going. It's a public restroom. So we're not worried about droplets of urine splashing back on your clothes and shoes, because those must be wiped off after you pray, after you go to the bathroom. So that's why Bet Hillel says, Shari, you're allowed to take the tefillin into such a bathroom because there's no problem of backsplash. Bet hakisei arai deka nitzotzot asri. However, in a temporary bathroom, like in the middle of the jungle, when one relieves himself while standing, and there are sometimes droplets of urine that must be wiped off of his feet, Bet Hillel forbids you to hold your tefillin, taking your tefillin and holding them while you urinate in a temporary bathroom. So ultimately, if you look at the Rosh and the Ritva, there's a difference whether you urinate while you're sitting or standing. Sitting, it's not a problem to hold your tefillin because there's no problem of nitzotzot, droplets splashing on your feet, on your shoes. Opposite is while you stand, because there's a halach in Shulchan Aruch that a person that urinates while standing, they may think he's a krut shifcha, which he's unable to have children. Then they may think that his children are, God forbid, mamzerim, because he's just like he's not allowed to flow when he goes number one. Also, when he's together with his wife, it wasn't his sperm. If you want to look in Even Ezer Shulchan Aruch, Even Ezer chapter 5, you could learn more about that. So the Gemara now goes right ahead. If this is the conclusion you get to, Amay ein la tshuva. Why is there no refutation to this Kal Vachomer? Hachi Kamar. This is what it means. Ha milta teitile b'Torah taima. This halacha we get to a conclusion based on reasoning. Belol teti b'Kal Vachomer. It does not work through a Kal Vachomer, which is the approach of leniency and stringency. Because if you want to go leniency and stringency, this is a kal v'chomer that has no refutation. Because if in a permanent bathroom, while you're sitting, you're allowed to, for sure while you're standing and urinating, it should be simpler. But it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with the reason of the backsplashes of the droplets. However, by analyzing the reasoning behind the rules, you will see the validity of my ruling that although One may carry tefillin into an established bathroom. One may not carry them into a temporary one. Tanu Rabbanan, harotze likanes leseudat keva. If one wants to go into a formal banquet and meal with dignitaries and he doesn't want to take a break and go to the bathroom every 5-10 minutes, so you want to relieve yourself in advance, mahalech asara pa'amim, so this is an antidote to constipation. Mahalech asara pa'amim, arba amot, one should walk 10 times, short walks of 4 amot, of 8 feet, or 6 feet, or arba pa'amim, or 4 times, eser amot, one could walk 4 times for 10 amot, like 20 feet, ve'yifne, then go to the bathroom, v'achar kach nichnas, then go into your meal, your banquet. Amar Rabbi Yishak, hanichnas lesudat keva choletz tefillin v'achar kach nichnas. If you're going into a formal meal, you should take off your tefillin and afterwards go eat the meal. Upligi de Rab Chia, this argues with Rab Chia's opinion, because he says manichin al shulchano, you could walk into the meal, formal meal, with your tefillin and put them on the table. V'kach hador lo, and this is a glorious thing for you, so that he will have them at hand when he comes to put them on again. And this is befitting to you. Vad eimat, until when does one keep his tefillin off while he's eating? Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak ad zeman beracha. Until you want to do birkat hamazon, which means this is in ancient times where they used to put on the tefillin the whole day. Before birkat hamazon, you would put your tefillin back on. Tana chada, sorer adam tefillin im ma'otav ba'arfi kiso. V'tanya yidach lo yitzor. One place it says a person may wrap his money in a handkerchief together where he puts it in his tefillin bag. Another place says no. Lo kashya, hada azmene, hada lo azmene. Where does it forbidden to put inferior stuff beside your tefillin in your tefillin bag? That's when it's designated tefillin bag. But the first braita, which allows you to put money, wrap it around in the same bag as your tefillin, is if it's not a designated tefillin bag. The Amar Rav Chisda, ha yisuda de tefillin dazmen lemeitzer be tefillin. A tefillin scarf that was designated for the purpose of being your tefillin bag, sarbe tefillin, and in fact one did put his tefillin in it. Asur lemeitzer b'pshita. You can't put secular stuff and wrap your money in that handkerchief because it's your tefillin bag now. Azmene v'lo sarbe v'lo azmene shari lemitzer lebezuza. However, if one designated for wrapping tefillin, but he yet did not put his tefillin in that bag, or he wrapped his tefillin in that bag, but he did not designate it as a one-time thing, then you could put your money in it. Shari lametzer bezuze. You're permitted to wrap your money in that bag because it's not a designated tefillin bag. Ulabaya da amar hazmana miltahi. But according to Abaye, no. The main thing is you don't need 2 steps, using it and designating it. You only need designating it. That's enough to make it holy, and it's off limits for mundane things. Afal gab de lo sarbe. Even if you do not actually wrap your tefillin in it, but once you call it a tefillin bag, you can't use it as a purse for your money. So sarbe, and if you wrap your tefillin in it, I azmene asur. If you had designated for tefillin, it is forbidden. Ilo azmene lo. But according to Abaye, if you did not designate it for tefillin, it is not forbidden to wrap coins in it, to put the coins in that bag, because according to Abaye, the main thing is this officially designated tefillin bag? Can one put tefillin if you don't want it to get stolen under your pillow? Under your feet, of course you shouldn't put it. Because that's disgraceful. Kimi baile tachat miroshotav mai. Are you allowed to put tefillin under your pillow or no? Amar le hachi amar Shmuel mutar afilu ishto imo. In order for your tefillin not to get stolen or taken by the rats or whatever, you're allowed to put it under your pillow even if your wife is with you. Gemara says, Meitvei, there's a challenge to this. Lo yaniach adam tefillin tachat margarolotav. You shouldn't put tefillin on your footrest. Because that's disgraceful. Aval manicham tachat meroshotav. You're allowed to put it under your headrest. But we see that if your wife is there, you're not allowed to. But if there's a ledge on the bed, which is 3 hand breadths, like a foot above or under where your head is, your pillow is, that's fine. Tiyufta de Shmuel tiyufta. That's a refutation to Shmuel that says you're allowed to put tefillin under your pillow even if your wife was with you. That's absolutely rejected. Amar Rava, tiyufta de Shmuel. Even though we shlugged up, we rejected Shmuel's halacha ruling, the halacha is like him. My timer, what's the reason for that? Kol netiru tede adif. Whatever way we could protect the tefillin from getting lost, it's better. Have a wonderful day, everybody. So basically, just to do the top Rashi on Daf Chavdaled, Rashi says, even though it's a little bit disgraceful to the tefillin, push comes to shove, it's better to watch over them that they shouldn't get attacked and bitten by the mice or the rats or stolen by the robbers. That's more important because it's going to become more disgraceful if the rats take it, the pests take it, or the robbers. So this is definitely tomorrow, God willing, we'll go to the halacha of it. Have a wonderful day.